And welcome back to Super Mario Galaxy with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. So, some more exploration of some new galaxies in this episode, starting off with Dusty Dune Galaxy, which is a desert world, as you would expect. And like with a lot of desert world in Mario games, you have to be careful of quicksand, of course, and this was no different. Indeed, and there's a huge sand dune in the middle of this galaxy. The other gimmick with this galaxy is the fact that, as its name suggests, we will be dealing with tornadoes. Now, normally these enemies can be quite annoying. I mean, you may well have seen it in something like Super Mario 64. Unlike in Super Mario 64, in Super Mario Galaxy, the whirlwinds actually are helpful to Mario because they give him the ability to become a helicopter, basically, which is easily one of my favorite things in this game, seriously. And make this a lot more fun than, dare I say, shifting Sandland in Super Mario 64 because of that. The only problem is getting Mario into position when over these large pools of quicksand. And I am more interested to see where this pipe leads us to. Well, it takes us down here into a bunch of blocks, already part of the course here. There's also a Goomba here, I don't know if I want to get, okay, maybe I will get that Goomba after all. I don't get anything for getting the Goomba though, so... And I'm going to be very careful here not to land in the sand here, because they will... Yeah, this sand floor will push Mario back, and at the very end of here is a thwomp, so... Doubly careful here, I think. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if I want to get on top of that thwomp, but I'll move quickly now. There we go. All that's down there, I believe, is a couple of coins. And a Goomba. Which I'm going to smooch the Goomba. I suppose I go back for them off the thwomp, but I'm not going to bother. There's a few more things over here. Indeed, this might require a... Never mind, no long jump! And here's where things get rather complicated. Well, maybe not complicated is the best word, but difficult, definitely. Because this thwomp is over two of these switches. And that's going to be a pain in the arse for us, seriously. Okay, get both of them. That doesn't stop the thwomp, of course it doesn't. But it does give us some star bits at least. So, yay for more one-ups. And then, let's see what's up here. More star bits, yay, and money and what? Coins. Not just money. Although it is actually currency in the Mario game, certainly in the RPGs anyway. I mean, you've seen my, my Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door, the GameCube version, not the Switch version. So yeah, over here we have first Fire Flower in the level. Maybe in the game actually, because yeah, unlike in some other Mario games, in Galaxy, both 1 and 2, the Fire Flower only lasts for a short period of time. Although the fireballs, by comparison, allow you to fling them in all manner of ways, seemingly. So yeah, nice implementation at least, especially with Galaxy's controls and everything. At the very end of here is a launch star, which will take us up through the bunch of cacti. And before you ask, yes, Pokey is in this level. I don't think Mario Galaxy would forget about Pokey with you. Even for an enemy that wasn't originally a Mario enemy. Seriously, but no, we will get Pokey in this level. And bye, a giant chicken. Anyway, that being said, let's go over here. Over to the whirlwind here. At the top of here. And yeah, my thing for getting out of the sinking sand is just to jump and then spin jump there. And then hopefully Mario will land there once he's gone into the whirlwind. This is a good place to actually use your backflip if you're not underneath something like here, so maybe not so great. It can be anyway. I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. No shortcuts, it seems. And then another whirlwind there, which will take us a bit further. I think there are two of them. Yeah, that'll give us a couple of sling stars by getting that question mark thingy. There's also one down there if you fall down. Just be careful where you land. You don't want to fall into the sand, of course. And, oh boy, not so much headroom. Anyway, that being said, let's wait until it goes over to the left there and then launch Mario. Get him over there and then do some wall jumps, of course. Wall jump, yada yada yada. And over here is another question mark coin thingy. I'm gonna break in the one-ups here, seriously. Probably why they toned it down to like 100 star bits, because it is very easy to farm lives in Mario Galaxy 1. Seriously. And thankfully I've landed near the sling stars at least. Yeah, this bit I don't like very much. Just for the fact that, yes, wall jumping does actually work. It isn't as so finicky as in Super Mario 64, but seemingly getting Mario into position isn't so great. So I probably want to slide down here, right? Definitely want to slide down here. And then more wall jumping up here. And, oh boy, more wall jumping up here. And moving platform, yay. But other than that, not much I can say here, seriously. Because getting up on the platform is a much better option. And at the very top of here, these platforms will go back in, seriously. And now they're just sinking into the sand, and I don't know if Nintendo are being lazy here with this design, because they just placed the Power Star at the very top of here, seriously. And there we go, there is the Power Star, and that means I am going to another galaxy, and it's another new one. Oh yes. Yeah, you didn't think I'd be sticking around one galaxy in this game? Hell no. Oh, right, a few, sorry, thing. There's another hungry Luma, apparently. I'll save that Luma for later, especially since there's some Lumas I just can't do, seriously. Anyway, let's go back outside and, Freezeflame Galaxy. An interesting galaxy, just for the fact that it uses both fire and ice, and of course both flowers. Yes, there isn't just the fire flower in Super Mario Galaxy. There is even the thing. And we also have a mini-boss here in the form Baron Brrr, to quote Banjo-Kazooie. So, indeed, another thing I like about this galaxy is the fact that Mario can actually skate, and he does it pretty well, actually. Gives him a little burst of speed as well, which is always helpful. And this penguin will also teach you how to skate properly, which is always fun. Basically, you have to capture the penguin as well. One thing I will give the Switch version over the original, Wii version, is that you don't necessarily have to shake the Joy-Con in this case, like with the Wiimote, which is always a plus in my opinion. So, especially for someone like myself who's like neurodiverse and everything, and his handshakes and whatnot when he's stressed. Yeah. Anyway, that being said, let's go down here and slide down the ramp there, and a few more Goombas down here as well. Seriously, you get out of the way, man. I'm not dealing with you. Be careful of the icy water, of course. It will freeze Mario, and it also does the scream really funny. Seriously. does the icy water. However, one thing that does remedy that is, of course, the ice flower, which I've now made appear here in the middle of the screen. So, yay. Just to get a little thing. And here comes some rather annoying platforming, and I do mean annoying, because when we're going up here, no joke, this can be really tough. Yes, when having the ice flower, it is cool to see Mario turn the ice platforms or ice shoots into platforms, but staying on them is a chore. An absolute chore, which is why I don't like this part of the level. And also, I don't want to do a long jump with Mario, seriously. What I'm trying to do is make him backflip off the thing, but it ain't happening, And I think this is my best run, and don't quote me on that. There we go. There's also a one bigger one to get it, but I got a few in. There's the previous galaxy, so instead we'll just go through here, just be wary of these giant blocks that will push you off. Seriously, they're annoying. Let's go over here then and wait for them to come out and backflip, absolutely. And make our way over here, past the thing and the enemy there. And what the hell, are you gonna squish me? Over here is where we want to go, because there's an icy seesaw here. Yeah, that's a thing. Another ice flower, and if anything, it is weird seeing Mario in his ice form look like a really light bluish colour. Especially given what the new Super Mario Brothers series will do with our favourite plumber. It will just turn his overalls thing instead of turning his whole body blue, seriously. The main reason why I'm not being hesitant here, to be honest. I'm not actually being hesitant. What I'm trying to do is get between the gaps. But I believe that... Okay, no, I was wrong. There wasn't any more thing in that area. Although there are a couple here, because that sling star is there. So yeah, right past those two pipes, believe it or not, is our mini-boss Baron Brrr. The thing about Baron Brrr is that he's kind of a one-trick boss in terms of his weakness, basically. So what we want to do, actually, is head to the left here and go underneath here to find an ice flower. That will allow us to skirt along the ice. This did take me a while, actually, with Baron Brrr. But yeah, and basically what we want to do is skate our way over to him, avoiding his icy attacks, of course, and then wall jump, and then knock the living ice out of him, or have him ground pound and then do it. Seriously. You can get enough things from him, but be careful. Yeah, seriously. And also beware the shockwave. In which case he just becomes a regular enemy then and just rolls about. He does roll about more than the regular enemies here. Eventually he'll get angrier with like a lot of enemies. So yeah, here comes the ground pound again. So yeah, this is what I mean by him being a one-trick boss, seriously. Okay, now he's grown even bigger. So be careful. And ground pound. Okay, I've become an icicle there. Oh, he just summoned a minion. Not the yellow ones. I know Illumination did the Mario movies, but come on. And there's our power star. Not too hard, although getting up here is quite difficult. So yeah, get that and we'll get our star. And on the next episode, who knows? And yeah. Anyway, I'll see you then. Goodbye.